Today we'll learn about BJTs. We'll learn about what BJTs are, what are their construction, and what are their different regions of operations. BJT it's bipolar junction transistor. Why do we call them bipolar? Because the current flow in BJT is because of both type of charge carriers, that is electrons as well as hole. Unlike your FET, where the current flow is because of majority charge carriers. BJTs are basically three-terminal semiconductor devices, and they can behave as conductor or as an insulator. In digital circuits, they work like a switch, and in analog electronics, they work like as an amplifier. BJTs are basically a three-terminal device. It has three doped regions. When we look into the construction of BJTs, it has three doped regions. They are emitter, base and collector. Depending on the doping, we can have two type of BJTs. First is NPN and other one is PNP. In NPN transistor, emitter is N-type, base is P-type and collector is N-type. In PNP transistor, emitter is P-type, base is N-type and collector is P-type. Emitter is made heavily doped. It is made heavily doped because its function is to emit the charge carriers. So in N-type of emitter, it emits electrons, and in P-type of emitter, it emits holes. Base is made lightly doped because its role is to allow a smooth path for the charge carriers from emitter region to collector region. And collector is made moderately doped. As far as the width of these regions are concerned, collector is the wider one. It's the widest one, rather, you can say. And base is made much narrower in comparison to collector and emitter. Collector is made wider because its function is to collect the charge carriers. That's why it is the widest region made. Now, depending on the type of biasing, it has different regions. As you see internally, the BJTs, it has two junctions. First is emitter base junction and other is collector base junction. We can visualize them as two PN junction diodes connected back to back. But basically they are not connected back to back, because if you are connecting two diodes back to back means they will have two different identity and they will not interact each other. But in BJT this is not the case, because two regions are interacting with each other. So it is basically different regions grown on a semiconductor rod, you can say, or on a semiconductor chip. So depending on the biasing of the regions, we have different mode of operations. If your emitter base junction is made forward bias and collector base junction is made reverse bias, it is active mode of operation, active region rather, you can say. If your emitter base junction is made reverse biased and collector base junction is again made reverse biased, it is cutoff region. If emitter base junction is made forward bias and collector base junction is again made forward bias, it is saturation region. So in active region, the transistor behaves as an amplifier, while in case of saturation region and cutoff region, it behaves, it functions like a switch. Apart from these three regions, that is active region, saturation region and cutoff region, we have one more region of operation, that is reverse active mode. In reverse active mode, it is basically the reverse of active mode. In active mode, we had emitter base junction as forward bias and collector base junction as reverse bias. So in reverse active mode region, we have emitter base junction as reverse bias and collector base junction as forward bias. But in this mode of operation, the gain of the transistor is very poor or very less. So we don't recommend no one use it. So it is not practically in use to have this mode of operation. So this is all about the different regions of operations. In next class, we'll discuss about the different configurations of active mode of operation. Thank you.